Welcome back, Modified Crew. I am your daily driver, Mark Herman, and today we are going to be seeing how straight the frame is on the car. We are going to be putting the car together and cleaning it up just to see if the body lines or the frame is tweaked in any way, shape, or form, and we can't do that unless we start putting the panels back on. We're going to be using all the panels that came with the car. I haven't bought any panels at this point. We're just going to use it, mock them up just to see where we stand. Before I do that, I was asked by one of our viewers that, you know, Mark, you've been working on this car with just a bucket full of tools, but you never really say what's in the bucket. So today I got the bucket of tools here with me. It's just a standard bucket, and I'm doing this build, guys, with just nothing but a bucket of basic hand tools. So just to go through it real quick, because I don't want to take too much time. We got a tire iron with multiple sizes on it. Set of sockets, 3/8, 1/4 inch deep sockets as well, because that's a must. Fair amount of screwdrivers, big ones, little ones, everything like that. I have a C-clamp used for brakes, needle nose pliers with an angle on them. These work really well for, you know, if you want to move like hose clamps or something like that. I like this pair. This thing right here, I don't know what you call it, but it's for grabbing grabbing hardware. If you drop it, you can use a magnet as well, which I probably have in this bucket. And then this one right here, guys, this is one of my favorite tools that I own. It may not look like much, but it's a 3/8 ratchet, and the cool thing about this, guys, is it expands. Okay, so not only does it expand, but you also have a swivel head. Guys, if you only had one ratchet, this would be it. I love this thing. You can lock it into place so it won't move on you or anything like that. You can adjust it. Anyways, this thing is a great tool. And when you're working out of a bucket of tools, guys, you need tools that are very flexible and, you know, can work in most situations. So I use this thing. Link it will be listed down below if you guys are interested in it. I think it was something like 20 bucks. Got it off of Amazon. Just downright love it. I have some wire cutters, because you never know, you do need to cut, you know, wires or anything like that. I have an OBD2 scanner. This one you plug in and you connect it to your phone. You can read live data. It's pretty versatile, and this thing was also like 10 bucks. Screwdriver, Harbor Freight, you can use this one. The cool thing about this one is you can adjust it and use different heads on it. So just basic hand tools, guys. Electrical tape, razor blade, and flashlight, guys. That's pretty much it. Now, I do have torque wrenches or jack or something like that I have to go grab out of my storage unit just because I don't have my toolboxes here. But for the most part, most of the build was done utilizing just the tools in this bucket. So I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm using. So let's go ahead and get started with the build. All right, guys, with the way the car is coming apart, we need to see how square the frame is and how everything is. So what I'm gonna do next is go ahead and mount the fenders onto the car so we can check the body lines. That's the first step. We need the hood and everything on there to really get a good picture of how everything comes together. Even though we may not use the fenders, I'm just gonna go and mount them so we can start getting an idea of how bad the frame is tweaked. I don't think it's that bad, but you know, you gotta make sure before you really start investing serious money into parts, high quality parts. So we're gonna go ahead and mount the fenders right now.
Got off the wires when I close my eyes, disconnected and tired.
Okay, with the light brackets mocked up, we're gonna go and throw the headlights on there just to also see how it feels. All right, guys, we got pretty much everything mocked up. I'm pretty happy with the way everything's turning out. Obviously, it's in bad shape. We haven't replaced any parts. These are the parts that came with the car, but the hood's tweaked. So what we need to do is get a good hood first of all. I'm actually probably going to pull the hood out, but overall the body lines look like we could definitely work with them, and I'm very happy with the way this car is coming out. So I think it's going to be a very good project. I mean, we still got a long way to go, but now we're getting a good picture of how it's going to look, and I'm very happy because we got a steal on this thing and almost everything was inside the car. All right, guys, we are about to go ahead and detail this vehicle right now. We want to see if the panels, how bad they're scratched up, because they were stuffed in the car when the car was taken apart. Anyways, it's really expensive to replace these body pieces, so we're going to try to utilize them as much as possible. So we're going to detail them, see how bad the scratching is, see if we can use a touch-up pin. This is a budget build, guys, so we're trying to save costs anywhere we can without compromising the overall final look of the vehicle. So let's go and get to it.
You are done with me. It's just fired. It's just fired. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came back and...
All right, guys, car's not done. We're still working on it, but it's starting to look pretty darn good compared to the way we got it. We also wanted to make sure we got all the dirt off of it so it doesn't get scratched as we're detailing it. Well, sorry, as we're working on it. So it's coming a long way. All right, guys, we got this FRS looking pretty shiny. It looks like we'll be able to use a lot of these, reuse a lot of the panels. They're not perfectly on there. As you could tell, I just bolted them on just to get an idea of how straight the car is. Obviously, it's not. There's a couple things that need to get worked on, but we're going to show you what we do as we do it, and the car's going to come out pretty good. So I'm really excited with the way this is turning out. The fact that we can use all these body panels is going to save us a lot of money. It won't be perfect, but any car that's, 5 years old isn't going to be perfect anyways. So I'm excited to see how it's going to progress. All right, guys, now that we got the car all cleaned up, the panels kind of mocked up, we can tell the kind of damage that we have on some of the panels. As you can see here, we got some like scratching and things like that. We want to make sure that we get the car as clean as possible with what we have without overspending on panels. Because it's a salvaged vehicle, you don't want to overspend on parts. You have no idea how it's going to end up, if you're happy with it, things like that. So realistically, you want to spend as little as possible with the maximum result. And I'm not saying cut corners that, compromise safety or, try to be shady about things or anything like that. But you do have to weigh your options. And, part of you wants to put the best parts on there, race it out and everything like that. But imagine if you overspend on parts and then you're not happy with the final result. And if you overspend on parts, then your margin goes way down, and then you are invested into a car, overly invested, and you may not get what you want out of it if you decide to sell it. So these are things that you have to weigh. A big helpful hint, the auto manufacturers like Toyota, in this case, sell touch-up paints. I mean, this was like 12 bucks plus tax. You're looking at $15. You could touch up scratches. No, it's not perfect, but it will hide these flaws. And if people aren't looking for it, if you do a good job on your prep work and, touching it up, it may not even be that noticeable. So this is a good, helpful way of improving the look of the vehicle without spending a lot of money. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and start touching up these, these blemishes and improving the look of the car.
Day and night, I don't wanna hit the bottom. Don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you'll be down. With my music together again. I see, yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see, yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired.
Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. We did use the pin. Now when you see me putting the pin on, it looks a little bit better when it dries. So you're seeing it going on wet, it kind of levels out a little bit more and then dries and matches a little bit better. Guys, don't expect a perfect match as far as textures or anything like that. To do that or achieve those results, you really need to paint it or something like that. But it is a helpful tool to minimize blemishes that otherwise would be an eyesore, and it reduces that. So anyways, great tool, love it. I am very happy with the way the car is turning out, guys. I haven't invested anything into body panels or anything at this point, and it looks like almost everything's usable. We are gonna go ahead and probably see if we can find a new hood because the hood's in rough shape. But other than that, I think we might be able to reuse the bumper and the fenders, even though it was a front end impact. And I'm gonna show you on the next episode how we kind of do that. But I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you showing up every week following this build. I'm so excited to keep going on it and the amount of money that I'm saving by doing this. And anyways, I just if you guys like the content we're dropping here, feel free to hit a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, feel free to leave it below, and I will see you on the next one.
It's just fire. I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired.